There is something I'd like to read to our hearing. Please pardon the grammatical. I have been having a hard time associating with boys in my class or among my friends. But the man who molested me is dead. Like, this is another story by another junior student. One time my mom said I should go and do POS in his house. So I went to his house and I entered his house and I sat down on his chair. He said I should lay down my body on his bed. When I did that, he wanted to open and I shouted loudly. And my mom heard. Mom saw. Told my mom. My mom flogged me mercilessly. I just picked these three from so many stories. So today we are going to talk about child sexual abuse. Now, the age range of these children that wrote these, I think they are about 9 to 11 years. So they're still babies and they're already going through things like this. The first one said a big brother is molesting her at home, unknowingly to her mother, to her parents. Parents don't stay at home till Saturday. They don't come back home till Saturday. So they leave for work on Monday and then they stay wherever they are staying till Saturday before they come back home. So it's just the big brother and herself. Then she said she has a younger one that are at home. So, and right now the big brother is already molesting her, threatening her not to tell their mother. Now, the other person, the mother sent her on an errand to, probably get some cash or transfer money through POS in a man's house. And the man, told her to pull down. You heard the part where she said, "My mother beat me mercilessly." My question is, why did the mother beat her? We are still investigating all of this, but I just felt, let me read this to you to know how serious, for you to know how serious this has become. We parents are becoming too busy, nonchalant. Their parents are not sensitive the way they ought to. Parents are not protective of their girls the way they ought to. Child sexual abuse is an abuse between an adult and a child. For example, it could be inappropriate touching, sexual harassment, exposure to pornography, and so on. A child is sexually abused when he or she is forced or persuaded to take part in sexual acts or imitation of sexual acts. This abuse includes touching and not touching activities. Statistics shows that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 10 boys are sexually, abused. And the perpetrators of these victims are mostly trusted family members, religious leaders. They are always trusted fellows. Child sexual abusers are people the victim knows, loves, or trusts. And the abusers are usually people who have easy access to the victims. Do you know that those who sexually abuse children look for places where they can easily get access to them? The perpetrators or abusers do so to the children because 1, abnormal attraction to the children, 2, vulnerability of children, 3, power relation, 4, victim turned perpetrator, 5, cultural practices that encourages CSAs. What are the steps to take in protecting our children from abusers? The first thing is decision making. You as a parent, as a mother, as a father, you need to take a tough decision. It's going to be tough, but it's worth it at the end of the day. Safeguarding the children from sexual abuse is as a result of decision, reducing the opportunities for abuse to occur. Now, you can ask me how. Number 1, you have to be careful where you tell your child to go. You have to be on the lookout. You don't just send your children like that girl. like that girl wrote. The mother sent a child to go and probably transfer money or get some cash from a man who is doing POS in his house, and the mother sent him to enter his house. As a mother, I think, or I feel that she should have gone by herself. This world, we have gotten to a stage in this world where it has become, or it is very, very difficult to trust people around. We need to reduce the opportunities these perpetrators, these abusers may want to use to get children and abuse them. We have to be mindful of where we send the girls to, the time we send them out, you understand, whom we send them to. We have to be mindful and sensitive to things like this. The phones you are giving them. Some abusers are on social media sending messages to your daughters. In fact, they are even telling some students to send their notes. It's important to regulate rules. You create rules that regulate the use of it. Let your child know the importance of keeping his or her private information private. Please install parental control on your browser. This will help you monitor, regulate, and see what your children are doing on the internet. Another step is talk about it. In fact, this is one of the reasons why I named this channel Voice It Out, because a lot of girls are not willing to speak up. So you're not even around for them to communicate with you. So when will they have that chance to talk about whatever they are going through in school, in church, in mosques, at home with you? Some of you wake up as early as 4 or 5 a.m. You are back by 9 p.m. The children are asleep. You don't get to have heart-to-heart talk with your children. I am talking to both fathers and mothers. Fathers are not excluded from what I'm saying. These perpetrators, they sense the needs of these children. That is where they start getting them little by little before they attack. So these perpetrators create the time, they have the money. You as a parent, you need to create a relationship with your child. You need to create a friendly environment, a trusting environment with your child. You need to make your child comfortable around you. When your child is comfortable around you, when your child knows that he or she can trust you, my mom is my friend and my mom is going to believe me. Trust me, that child is willing to tell you anything. Be available for your children to talk to. Some of you, like this girl whose big brother is, touching her. The mother is not available. Let them know that you're available and let them know that they can trust you. Not that, if I tell my mom, she won't believe me. If I tell my mom will beat me. If I tell my mom will go and tell her friend will tell so and so person. If I tell my mom is going to embarrass me. If I tell my mom will tell me to shut up. Things like that. We not encourage children to disclose whatever that is going on with them. So please create a safe environment with your children and create a bond.